How we doing tonight? All right, we have got some baseball to break tonight. We've got three different things. We've got a baseball jersey, a half case of 2016 Finest baseball, and then a full case of 2017 Inception baseball. And there are a few of you in the Inception break that I have sent you a message. You're the underbidder on some unpaid teams, because there are a lot of unpaid teams tonight, unfortunately. And in Inception in particular, those teams are going to be resold. I don't always resell teams, but I am going to resell certain teams out of Inception because the people have no feedback or low feedback, or it's a high dollar amount or whatever. So if you are in the Inception break, I know one of the teams, I've already had a discussion with the underbidder, that's the Boston Red Sox, and you have been sent a second chance offer. So if you want to check your messages and accept that, then that team will become yours. Also up for grabs would be the Los Angeles Angels, and I believe possibly the Washington Nationals. I will double check on those before we do that break, other than the Red Sox, which your second chance offer has already been sent, and the underbidder for the Angels. If you are on and you are interested, send me a message back via eBay messages. I don't have access to those messages at this moment, but before we break Inception, I will go in there and check to see. Or if you're in chat, of course, you can jump in and tell me via chat what's going on. So meanwhile, let's take a look at break number one. Our first item that we're breaking tonight is a 2017 Hit Parade autographed baseball jersey. This is the second time we have broken a 17 Hit Parade baseball jersey. And this particular one is Series 7. And of course, you will see the team names are down the left-hand side and the winning bidders are down the right-hand side. There's a lot of unpaid stuff in here. Most of that is one particular bidder who did reach out to me and let me know, and it's someone who bids with me often, and he did reach out to me and let me know that he will take care of the payment as soon as he finishes with his work tonight. So we're not going to resell any of those because I feel like that will be fine. And then after we do the baseball jersey, we will do the half case of 2016 Finest, which is a relatively quick break as well. And then we will wrap up tonight with the full case of 2017 Inception baseball. So that's kind of what's on tap. And let's hope we pull some monstrous stuff out of here. And who do we have here? We have a Madlock jersey. And if I can, I'm not going to take it out of this bag, because if I do, I will never, ever, ever get it back in there right. It's like a map. As soon as you like unfold it, you're just done. You're doomed. It'll never go back in the same way. So occasionally I do take them out. This time we're not going to. So the Madlock is the jersey for tonight. And that break really was quick and easy, wasn't it? I mean, those don't take long at all, right? And we just have to jump it in there and see what's going on. Yeah, Mark, I see you in chat there. On the Red Sox, the underbidder did say that they wanted the team, and I did send them a second chance offer. So hopefully, you know, when I go back and check that in a minute, that will have been accepted and done, and we'll have the Red Sox taken care of. And then at that point, we will address the Nationals and a couple of the other unpaid teams. So we'll see where we are after we break Finest and see what needs to happen from there. So next up is the half case of 2016 Finest, and this is the fourth time we have broken a half case of 16 Finest. And once again, of course, you see our team names are down the left and winning bidder names are down the right-hand side. And yeah, we've got a couple of unpaid teams in here as well. And again, I believe that I know who both of those belong to. As I said, we do have one person who bids often and just let me know he was going to be at work for a little bit and that he would take care of payment after that. And that camera looks a little crooked, doesn't it? Let's see if we can't. Does that? any better? I don't know. It still looks a little crooked, doesn't it? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just looking at it crooked. I don't know. So anyway, that is where we are at the moment. If you do have one of the unpaid teams in Inception and you're tuned in right now, you're going to have about another 10 minutes while we're doing this to get the payment in. And then when I go back in and check if payment still isn't there, those teams will be resold at that point, because Inception is just not a break that I'm willing to have that many unpaid teams and that kind of dollar amount of unpaid teams on. So, and of course, the Boston Red Sox, that second chance offer, as I said, has already been sent out because I had been in contact with the underbidder. So as long as the underbidder has accepted that second chance offer and taken care of the payment for it, then that will be your team in Inception at that point. But we'll go in and check all that out after we get done with Finest. Right now, we've got some fun stuff to find in Finest. Okay. So we've got two questions here I see in chat on Tampa. Are you talking about Tampa in Finest, that you want to buy Tampa in Finest, or you're saying, what are you saying there, Patrick? I'm not sure which thing you are commenting on. And yes, thank you, Steve, for answering the jersey question. You beat me to it. I didn't see it until you had already answered it. So thank you for addressing that, letting them know it was Madlock that came out on the jersey. So 16 Finest, of course, this is always a fun product to break. Finest is, in my opinion, because you always pull some nice high quality autographs out of this. We've recently pulled out an Ichiro. We pulled a Cal Ripken Jr. We've pulled some really nice stuff out of here. And Finest, of course, has a little bit of both. They have veterans and they have rookies. They have some of each in Finest, but you do usually have at least a couple of what I would call high value signatures that hit. In Finest. So what we're opening right now, let me flip back over here and see, did the Rays not have any bids on this? Let me, in Finest, where are we? Oh yeah, so nobody did bid on the Rays. Yeah, Patrick, that's fine. If you want to, if you send the money over, by PayPal, that's fine. You can have Tampa Bay in here. I don't have any issues with that because it was an unsold team. All right, so let's get rolling and see what we can find here. Let me get all our little mini boxes kind of shoved out of the way so we can. I got little pieces of stuff off of a team bag laying on my mats. So it's little strips, right? You know, that you have to pull off to seal the team bag. And those little strips are always full of static. And they stick to everything. It's like insane. You cannot get them off of your hands or off of anything else. It's just, you know, insane. Oh, you just had a hot case of 16 Finest. Awesome. Well, let's hope we have some good luck for you here tonight too, Steve. We have a refractor for Brantley. Occasionally I will miss a refractor until I set it down, and then I'll see, just because of the way the lighting is in here, it's kind of weird. And sometimes I don't notice it until I'm starting to set it down. But of course, if you see it, you know you're going to get it. I just don't always call it out right on time. That is the green parallel numbered to 99 on the Padroa. And of course, it was also a refractor on that. So who have we got here? Kyle Schwarber, rookie, and that is a refractor. All right, good, excellent. So there's a nice Schwarber hit for the Cubbies with the rookie refractor. And all of the Intimidators in this, if you haven't broken this before, all of the inserts that say Intimidators are refractors. There are none that are not a refractor for that particular insert. I don't know why. And same thing with these, Franchise Finest. Every single Franchise Finest insert will also be a refractor. Oh, and there's a nice NOLA rookie refractor as well. So that's a couple of good rookie refractors so far. Of course, we'd like to see them with a little ink on them, but you know, we still like the refractors, of course. For the Astros /225, with the Dallas, I don't know how to say his last name properly, so we're just going to go with Dallas. So there's Dallas for the Astros /225, and of course that is an on-card auto. Everything in Finest is an on-card auto, no stickers in here, which is another thing I like about it. I'm not awfully fond of the of everything being a sticker. Like, you know, you don't mind a few things being stickers, but sometimes whole products are full of it. So here's a nice Trey Turner /250. Of course, that is the purple parallel and also a refractor hit for the Nationals with the Trey Turner. And all right, another Intimidator. Oh, you're, yeah, you know what? I'm still not going to say that name right. Steve is phonetically spelling it out for me in chat so that he would, you know, you would think I could get it right, but I never do. And even though he's saying how it should be pronounced, it's just basically like Keikel or something similar to that. I just don't ever get it out right. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. Horrible. There's an Evan Longoria /150 in the blue parallel for the Rays. I have never, ever been good with name pronunciation. And sometimes even when I hear a name pronounced like a bunch of times, or even like that, when I see it spelled out phonetically, I just have some kind of a weird mental block and I just can't get it out. There's a Robinson Cano for the Mariners refractor hit. Well, I call them hits. Not everybody considers a refractor to be a hit, but I kind of do. Oh, and here he is again, so I can practice again here, right? Keikel or something like that. Again, we're just going to go with Dallas. So here's Dallas again. This one does have some ink on it for the Astros. So they have two. The Astros are having a fine time right now. One numbered /25 and one plain one. So both of our signatures out of that box. Same guy, same team. Like same bat time, same bat channel, right? Another Intimidator. And what is this number? /250 on the Brandon Crawford purple parallel. We definitely have the potential to pull some things out of here that can make us some money. So let's just hope that we do. Tyson Ross refractor. And now we are into what would be box number 2 with our 2 mini boxes per master box. That's a mouthful. Mini boxes per master box. Oh, I'm sorry, that is a refractor with the Corey Kluber and the orange Intimidator refractor for Bo Jackson. That's a nice little hit right there. 5 of 25 on the Bo Jackson orange Intimidator parallel. So that's a pretty sweet little hit. Of course, who doesn't like to pull Bo Jackson, right? I mean, come on. Everybody likes Bo Jackson. Even if you weren't a Royals fan, you probably still like Bo Jackson from something else. And there's a Harper refractor. And again, if anybody's just jumping in, Inception is going to break right behind Finest here. Corey Seager, rookie in the green parallel refractor, of course, numbered /99 on the Seager. And there's Ortiz refractor, another Intimidator, Chris Sale. There's Finest First, Corey Seager rookie refractor to go along with his straight up rookie. The Finest First, of course, is an insert, obviously. Carl Edwards for the Cubbies, numbered to 30 on the Carl Edwards signature hit. Pulling a lot of rookie signatures out of here so far. Well, I say that. Really, we haven't. We pulled a lot of rookie refractors. We pulled a rookie signature and a lot of rookie refractors. Matt Holliday to 250. Robinson Cano to what does that say? 150. And let's see what else we come up with. Escobar refractor. Franchise Finest. Another Intimidator. While I'm thinking about it, look for this stuff to ship out probably on Tuesday. Of course, there's no mail on Monday for the holiday, and there are a couple of breaks that have to ship ahead of this one. So it is possible that it could go to Wednesday, but it should be in the Tuesday, Wednesday range. There's Corey Dickerson for the Rockies. So I think somewhere in that Tuesday, Wednesday time frame for Finest and Inception to get out the door, since we don't have mail on Monday. You know, I wonder when they're going to cut us back to no mail on Saturday. You know, they've been talking about that for several years, that they're going to, you know, post office is losing money and et cetera, so they're always threatening to take away Saturday delivery. Wonder if that will ever happen. Ryan Howard refractor. Honestly, they've closed so many distribution centers and things that I don't know that it would make that much difference anyway, because mail is a lot slower than it used to be. There's Greg Bird to 50, 17 of 50. Cabrera refractor, another Intimidator. Finest First on the Severino refractor hit for the Yankees, rookie of course. And there is Dickerson again. So what is up with this? Why are we just pulling the same player out of the same box every time? That's kind of interesting. That is to 150 for the Rockies in the blue parallel. So that is 2 Dickerson signatures out of this. Somebody did not do a super good job of their randomization with this particular case. Martinez to 250 for the Tigers. And there's a Mart refractor. And so far, I haven't seen a big monster hit out of here. This is a 150 on the price parallel. But hopefully we've got something just around the corner that will be, whoops, where's our, I missed our refractor in there, sorry. And there's our Myers refractor out of that pack. Noah Syndergaard. All the Mets pitchers look like they should be in like an 80s hair band, right? Like a metal band. They all have that super long hair. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. And Real Muto for the Marlins. Why am I not able to get myself sorted out there for a second? It's Big Poppy on an Intimidator. And this is our last box, box 4 of 4, which of course too many boxes make up a master box. And then after we finish Finest, I will go back into, run back in and check email again very quickly and see what teams are still unpaid at that point. And then we will figure out which teams we need to sell or do something with. That is, of course, Montreal Expos on the card, but I imagine everybody knows already. But if you don't, the card will stay with the franchise. That's the 250 on the Wong, which means, of course, that it'll go to the Nationals, as the Montreal Expos became the Washington Nationals. There's a Henry Owens rookie refractor, Finest Firsts insert. This break, Steve, is the last half of the case. The first half of the case we did, oh, there's another refractor. Or was it that? I guess it wasn't that one. It was this one. Good grief. Abreu. The first half was, I think it was last week. But honestly, sometimes I forget what night I have done what. So it could have been more recent than that, and it could have been longer than that. But I think it was maybe last week. There's Cabrera to 25 for the Tigers. And we didn't have, normally I don't see as much duplication in Finest as we're seeing right now on this half of the case. That's unusual. So I don't really know what's going on with that. There's Bird refractor. We've got a redemption there for Kyle Schwarber, so I've made somebody really happy. We'll pick it up again and look at it here in a second when we get to the end. It is the green refractor parallel, so what is green to 99? Is that right? I think it is. But we'll take a better look at it here in a second. There's Wade Davis on card auto hit for the Royals. But Kyle Schwarber, that's the money. That's what we were looking for, of course. Well, one of the things we would have been looking for in there. Jones refractor. And Dozier refractor. And I think maybe that Canseco Intimidator is a short print. Not 100% sure that that's a short print, but I think it might be. I think Canseco and Clemens both might be short prints in there. And here is Calhoun, numbered to 99. So this is basically what the Kyle Schwarber will look like. It will be the green parallel numbered to 99, although this one, is this one a refractor? No, it isn't, I don't think. Doesn't appear to be, and the Schwarber will be a refractor. But anyway, there's Calhoun for the Angels, signature hit. Oh, I just stacked those in the wrong place. Daggone it. And, all right, who have we got now? Ross to 250. Oh, the Jones is a short print. Okay. Awesome. Sometimes, again, I break so many products in a given week. Sometimes I get mixed up in my head as to which one is a short print in what series. A.J. Pollock, refractor for the Diamondbacks. All right, so let me set these down the way here into their little staging area where I will later, after the break, sort them and get everything in its little protectors and sleeves and all that jazz. But first, let's go through and take a look at our signature hits to recap. So we've got our redemption in the Finest First green refractor parallel for Kyle Schwarber. So that's a nice hit, and that probably made somebody pretty happy, I would think. And then we have our Calhoun, numbered to 99 for the Angels. And of course, I said the Schwarber was going to look like this, but it's not going to look exactly like this because it says it's the finest first. So we have a finest first in here somewhere that we could look at if you want to see that again. That is Wade Davis for the Royals. Realmuto for the Marlins. For the Rockies, Corey Dickerson to 150. And then Dickerson again, unnumbered, for the Rockies, of course. Still for the Rockies. Then there's the Cubs, Carl Edwards Jr. to 30. And then we have a pair for the Astros. And let's see if I can remember this. Keuchel, or something like that. This one is to 25. This one is unnumbered. Both are the Astros, of course. I'm going to flip through here, and I'm going to just show you what the finest first insert looks like. I mean, you probably know already, but just in case somebody doesn't and they're interested what their Kyle Schwarber is going to look like, it'll be this kind of card design because this is the finest first, but it will be the green parallel of it. It will be a refractor. It'll be numbered to 99, and it'll be signed. And that's what your Kyle Schwarber redemption will look like. So that, guys, is the whole shooting match for finest. So, oh wow, Steve, you did have a good break, man. If you hit 5 signatures out of that, that is an excellent break. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put up the spreadsheet here for Inception, and I'm going to leave you here with it for just a minute because I need to go in and check and see where we are as to what is paid and unpaid and all that jazz. It was Red Sox, Indians, Angels, A's, Cardinals, and Nationals. Cardinals and A's, I know what's going on. Those guys have reached out to me. They've broken with me plenty. I'm not worried about them, and I won't be even considering reselling those. Angels, Nationals, Indians, Red Sox, that's where we need to see where we are. And the Red Sox, again, I have already sent a second chance offer, so hopefully that's done by now. But let me just see where we are. Okay, so it looks like the Nationals and the Indians are the two teams at this point that are still unpaid. The Boston Red Sox was sold to the second chance bidder, so I don't have that user ID typed in here, but the second chance bidder, of course, you know who you are. We've got all that. Looks like it was taken care of in there, so I think we're good on that. So is anybody interested in those remaining teams, the Nationals and the Indians? Jump into chat and let me know. Or if you were the underbidder, I can send you a second chance offer. But I kind of, we're trying to figure out what's going on there. All right, Mark, you're interested in the Nationals. Okay, let me see what the last bid amount was. Okay, well, I guess it's a good thing I walked back in there because now we're looking at only the Indians as unpaid in Inception. Now, of course, these are still marked as unpaid on the spreadsheet because they were not paid at the time that the spreadsheet was finalized and the break started. Boston Red Sox, of course, that team was sold to a second chance offer. So we know what's going on there. Everything else has been paid at this point except Cleveland. So for Cleveland, hold 1 second. So hang on 1 second, guys. I'm just sorry. I'm trying to get all this sorted out, which is why I don't like to try to sell teams the night of the break, but there were so many open. Bear with me 1 more minute. Okay, you know, the person who has the Indians does have another bid as well from earlier tonight that looks like they did pay, and then they didn't pay the Indians. So I don't really know what's going on with the Indians, but I don't want to screw that guy over, right? If he has intentions to pay for it, because he did have another bid that was paid for. So it makes me feel like that maybe something weird just happened. So I am going to hold the Indians in for him. And I just realized I left you on the wrong screen while I'm sitting here like taking these boxes out of this case, and I left you on the spreadsheet view. Sorry about that. Another reason I hate to deal with selling teams when it's time to break teams. And also I noticed that after the Red Sox had been resold to the second chance bidder, then the original bidder has come back and paid for that. But I did let the original bidder know via messages that if the team had not been paid by, the time the break started, or actually by the time the spreadsheet was finalized, which was about 10 minutes before the break started, that the team was going to be sold elsewhere. So that Boston Red Sox was sold to a second chance bidder, and the original bidder, will have to be refunded. And again, that's the kind of thing where if someone would just send a message or let me know, that have some communication as opposed to not paying and no communication on a high dollar team on a full case break, that's the kind of stuff that happens, and it's unfortunate, but that's where we are with it. So you are asking me, have I done Hit Parade? Oh yeah, Hit Parade was the very first thing that we did. The jersey, it went to the Pirates. Was the jersey. Was Madlock, right? I'm trying to even remember now. I think it was. But yeah, I generally, just so you guys know how I do it, I do normally break in the order that auctions end on eBay. Not always. Sometimes if I have, like if I had listed the jersey in the middle of 2 case breaks, I would have probably still bumped the jersey up to the first thing, because it's a pretty quick break, and you wouldn't want those people to sit through 2 case breaks to get to their jersey break, which takes like 60 seconds. But normally, unless I've done something boneheaded in the way that I list it, normally I just break them right in the order that they end on eBay. So that's kind of how we tend to roll with it. And for the Red Sox, again, I want to reiterate that team was sold by second chance offer when the first bidder had not paid by the deadline. So it is, the rights for that are with the second chance bidder, and the original bidder, who paid at some point after the break started, will be refunded, of course. Yes, the Nationals taken care of. I did come back and let everybody know I went in to check after Finest so that we didn't have a lot of issues, and I did see that everything at that point had been paid with the exception of the Indians, I think it was, had not been paid. And then, we did have a bidder that had reached out to me earlier this evening who's bid with me a lot of times and said he was at work and he would take care of payment when he got off work. So that was, that was fine. So really the only thing sitting completely unpaid in this break right now is the Indians. But I did elect not to resell it because I see that the bidder had bid on some other things and it looked like they did pay for the other things but somehow didn't get Inception paid. So it may, again, I feel like something probably happened there. I don't know, how that goes. Maybe they paid for part of it and thought that was all that they had won and then went to dinner or something, then they'd come back later. So, well, Chris, again, I mean, it's going to be marked unpaid on the spreadsheet because the spreadsheet was finalized 10 minutes or so before the break started, which I did send out emails to most everybody and let you know that that's kind of, when everything would be finalized. So yes, it is still marked as unpaid on the spreadsheet. That part's not going to change. Normally I don't get up and go back in there and look and see if things have been paid. Tonight I did because we had so many unpaid things. Now obviously that you've paid for it, you're going to get, whatever you are due, but it would take forever and a day for me to go back through, while you guys are waiting for a break, for me to go back through and get all those user IDs and walk them in here and type them into that spreadsheet. So if, I did verify that it was paid for, so you're all good, man. You're going to get whatever you're due there for the Nationals, but that is why it is marked as unpaid on the spreadsheet, because that is finalized before the break starts, usually about 10 minutes before, and that's how we roll with it. All right, so let's get into some Inception. We've pulled some nice stuff out of here recently, and hopefully we're going to continue with that trend tonight and pull some more fire out of here. There's John Gray to 99 for the Rockies. And first up on our signature is Renato Nunez for the A's, numbered to 50. Yes, Luke, as I was saying, you must have just missed that. This is the reason I hate dealing with all this kind of stuff during the break, because it just kind of messes up the flow for everybody. Here's the deal with the Red Sox, okay? We'll go through this one more time. The Red Sox bidder had not paid. I sent a message saying, hey, if you don't have payment in by such and such time, the team is going to be resold. There was no payment in. So I reached out to the second chance bidder. The second chance bidder said they wanted the team. I sent them an offer. They accepted the offer and they paid for the offer. At some point after that, the original bidder then came back and paid for the team. But by then, of course, the team had already been resold. So the original bidder will be refunded in full, of course. But when the payment, there was no feedback, no bid history at all, and no response to the message. And it was time to do the break, and there was no payment. So that's why it was sold to the second chance bidder. This is numbered to 75. This is Carlos Gonzalez for the Rockies. And then we have Gurriel for the Astros, numbered to 75. So, yeah, I mean, I know it's, if it had been a team if it hadn't been a full case break and it hadn't been so many teams outstanding and so much money outstanding, I would have just probably let it ride. But honestly, there's a lot of times people don't pay and I let it ride, and then you just end up holding the bag and you're stuck for it and they never pay you. This is numbered to 50, again, another John Gray. So that is why when we have a lot of teams or a lot of money on full case breaks, I send the messages, and then if payment's not in at time to go, then we have to resell some of them. There's Steven Matz for the Mets, numbered to 50, and at least you got a little pinstripe in there, so we've got a little bit of two colors on our patch. And the one thing about Inception is all of the autographs that are on patch cards, at least all the ones I have seen so far, have been sticker autos. I haven't seen any on-card autos that have a patch in them. All of the other cards that are non-patch cards for sure do have on-card autos. So that's kind of the deal with how this will flow. We should find 4 patch cards in here in total. And in the very first case we opened, we pulled not 1 but 2 Mike Trout patch cards out of it. One was numbered to 30 and the other one was numbered, I think, to 50. There's Goldschmidt, numbered to 50. And I remember somebody sent me a message saying they wanted Goldschmidt tonight. Now, of course, I know you want him with some ink, so hopefully we're going to pull that too. But at least we're on the right track for you. And it's a Kyle Schwarber kind of night, am I right? We pulled Schwarber out of 16 Finest, and now we have a patch card for Schwarber out of Inception. So I don't know what that will be numbered to, but most of the patch cards are pretty low numbered. We'll go through, I'll go to the checklist. Well, actually, I take that back. I don't think Topps tells us what they're numbered to on the checklist. Unlike Panini, you know, if you go there, they will tell you when you look it up what the card's going to be numbered to, but I don't think that they do that with Topps that I remember. David Price numbered to 150. And then a Jake Thompson for the Phillies numbered to 99 as our autograph hit out of that box. Because I would like to know what that Schwarber patch card's going to be numbered to, because I mean, most of the patch cards are pretty low numbered, so hopefully it's going to be a nice one. Although, honestly, is there a bad Kyle Schwarber hit? Like, I don't think so. I don't think there's such a thing as a bad Kyle Schwarber autograph hit. This is numbered to 150 for the Phillies with the Franco. And up for the Nationals, we have a Trey Turner patch and signature. That one is numbered to 199 for the Trey Turner. This is a big, thick pack right here. So this one is... this one probably has a patch card on the back, is my guess, because it's pretty thick. This is numbered to 75 for the Cardinals. And it's headed to the Rays. Blake Snell for the Rays, numbered to 199. They gave us kind of a boring patch with the last two, right? The Turner and the Snell are both just the one color. I like to at least have another color or a pinstripe or something. So then, since one of our patch cards is a redemption, we should have, I guess, one more live or one more redemption somewhere in this case. Because there are typically 4. And there's 2 green parallels, no numbered parallels. Oh, but we have come upon our silver Inception signing. This, of course, is a case hit, 1 per case. This is 94 of 99. It is headed to the Cardinals, Luke Weaver. We've pulled some... We pulled a Benintendi Silver Inception, and I don't think who else we've had out of the other cases. But the Silver Inception cards I really like. They're some of my favorite cards in here. I really wouldn't mind seeing them more often than just 1 per case, but that's what makes it special, I guess. Sanchez numbered to 150 for the Yankees. And then we have Hernandez for the Astros numbered to 299. All right, let's see where we roll from here. Felt like another patch card on the back of this, so we'll see if I felt that right or not. Numbered to 99 for the Astros. And I guess, well, yeah, this is a patch card. Tyler Glasnow for the Pirates, and that is nice, okay? That's numbered to 25. That's one of our jumbo patch cards, of course. And that's a pretty sweet little piece of material right there. I'm a sucker for a good piece of cloth. I really am. And I like that one a lot. So nice hit, Pirates, with the Glasnow jumbo to 25. Ooh, jumbo to 25. That was, see, I got all excited about seeing the patch card and got all beside myself there for a minute. Cano to 75. Stroman to 150. And our signature is Hunter Renfroe to 199 for the Padres. That stack's getting a little higher than I might prefer. I'm going to just make it a little bit shorter and move it around a little. And if you like Inception, which I do, I like Inception a lot, so I have a lot of it. I have some other cases listed now and still yet a few more cases to list. I don't remember how many cases of this I bought, 8 or 10 anyway. So I've got quite a bit of it to open because I like Inception. Kyle Schwarber again, this one to 25. And Galito for the White Sox to 299. And then, of course, Wednesday, we've got archives coming. So I'm excited about that, too. We've got, I think I've got 4 or 5 cases of archives coming. Of course, it's got a lot of base in it. So I'll probably break that in half cases just because of the sheer volume of cards involved. There's Stanton for the Marlins to 99. And Jose Altuve for the Astros to 35. He used to play for our minor league team here, the Lexington Legends. He played right down the road from me for a while. So that is a nice hit there for the Astros. And if anybody jumped in late, I will reiterate that I think this stuff will mostly go out on Tuesday and Wednesday. This is numbered to 150 for the Syndergaard. Because, of course, we have no mail on no mail on Monday for the holiday. This is Ty Block for the Giants to 99. And so, again, I tend to ship in the order, that things break. So I did have, a bunch of half-case breaks Wednesday and Thursday of this week. So those will go out first, and then this will go out after that. So I would say expect this to go out Tuesday and Wednesday of the upcoming week. Yasmani Tomas for the Diamondbacks to 150. And another redemption. So, and that is just, of course, our base card, not a patch card, and that is for Julio Urias. And that's the first, I think those are the first redemptions I've pulled out of Inception, honestly. I believe that they are. I don't think I've had any other redemptions up to this point. So I was kind of thinking maybe we were going to get by without having any. There's Goldschmidt to 99. And our last signature is Donnie Hart for the Orioles, numbered to 299. So now we will do a little review of our signature and, in this case, redemptions and our patch cards out of this break. In case somebody jumps in late, or if you're like me and sometimes you watch them the next day or something, you just kind of, sometimes I just fast forward, right, to the end, to the recap. I think we all do that sometimes. All right, so we have Donnie Hart for the Orioles first up. Ty Block for the Giants. The Jose Altuve to 35 for the Astros. I like that a lot, actually. That's a nice hit. The Lucas Galito for the White Sox to 299. Hunter Renfroe for the Padres to 199. Hernandez for the Astros, 299. Our case hit, the Silver Inceptions. Luke Weaver for the Cardinals to 99. Of course, that's a rookie hit as well. Jake Thompson for the Phillies to 99. Gurriel for the Astros to 75. Astros had a good break, didn't they? Nunez for the A's to 50. Then the Tyler Glasnow to 25 on the jumbo patch card for the Pirates, which is a really nice patch. Blake Snell for the Rays to 199. Trey Turner to 199 for the Nationals. And Steven Matz to 50 for the Mets. It's also a nice hit. And then our redemptions, of course, Kyle Schwarber on the autograph patch card. And then the Julio Urias on the base rookie and emerging star. So that is the case of 2017 Inception. So now we do have a nightly random to do. And I've got, I don't know where the rest of my baseball stuff is to give away. I have another stack of it and I couldn't find it. So we have four things to do tonight in our random. So it will be one of four things that you will have a chance to take home. And I have over here on the second tab of the spreadsheet, again, everybody's in there just in aggregate. It's the same. It's all the, daggone it, look what I just did. It's all the same bidders that we had, of course, in all of the breaks that you already saw on page 1. It's just that I have them all together in one big line on tab 2 of the spreadsheet, and that's to make it easier to go over here and put them into random.org. And when we get to next month, I think we're going to do it a little differently. So I guess month before last maybe is when I did everybody that bid for the whole month. I just did a break at the end of the month, and anything that came out as a hit out of that break went out to, random, decided who the winners were, and we sent out stuff. Then this month I've done all nightly giveaways, and next month I think we'll start something entirely different for June. All right, so I'm not even going to attempt to guess what that is supposed to stand for on that username, but it is PDBLJ30 Patrick is our winner tonight. So I can remember the Patrick part, so we're just going to call him Patrick, right? Because I am not going to remember that whole big long username here for the next couple minutes. And normally I would have a stack of like 8 or 10 things to put in here. As I said, I found only 4 of my baseball things tonight, and I don't know where my other stack is because I was rearranging stuff. And it didn't even, no, it did change the order on one of them. It's like it didn't even change the order. Okay, so it is the first thing off the stack that you're going to get. Big long username that ends in Patrick. And that is this, Sweet Spot Swatches, Eric Chavez for the A's. And this is out of what? Upper Deck something or another. 2002 Upper Deck, it looks like. So this will come with your the rest of your cards. It'll just be in there with that. If you happen to be in the jersey break as opposed to one of the card breaks, then this little guy will probably travel by himself unless you happen to hit the jersey, which you might have. So anyhow, so that is the end of the break tonight. And Corey, thank you so much. I always appreciate people who are so rude. That's really very much appreciated. But anyway, I do actually appreciate everybody bidding and hanging out and breaking with me. And I'm terribly sorry that Corey didn't have any hits and decided to take it out on the rest of us. But that's okay. Happens. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.